wanted to explore a different side of architecture. There are certain architects who design something simply through a form. It doesn't really matter in the end if it's concrete or metal or wood or whatever. The primary importance of the project in their mind is the form. There are others who might be more interested in the fabrication, and everything is subservient to that fabrication process. For my practice and the heart of it, the name of it being material systems, the approach is that there is an integration between form, growth, and behavior. Any living creature or non-living thing in the world, any naturally made thing, from a mountain to a river to an ant or a human, we're all made through this combination of form, growth, and behavior. So in making T-Wall, I started looking at the work of Miguel Fisac, a Spanish architect who worked in the 1950s through 1980s. When we look at concrete, we think of its solidity, its mass, its weight. The average person doesn't realize how fluid concrete is as a material. Miguel Fisac, with his work, really began to express that fluidity of the material, because as the liquid concrete was poured into the form would change shape, and there was this relationship between those two materials. So how could I continue that expressive nature of the material, in this case plaster rather than concrete, using an elastic fabric which would expand and really speak to the material forces? So the fabrication process is fairly simple. It's really the interaction of the constraints and the elastic fabric that's over them and the plaster that we put in. We change the constraints around, which are just wooden dowels based on the density of the number of holes that we want in the system. And we take the mold apart and peel the fabric off, which is spandex lycra. Clean the molds, then rearrange the dowels according to the kind of master pattern that's been developed through the computer algorithm, and then pour the plaster again. I think part of the reason that we see a relationship in the piece with our own body is not because I said I want to make something that looks like the body, but that was actually more of a happy accident in the whole process, and that our skin is an elastic fabric that then has a fluid interior. And as we gain weight, as we get older, the amount of fluids in our body changes, the amount of fat, the elasticity of our skin begins to wrinkle and not become as elastic, and that basically our own body, or any organic body, begins to have the same properties as the wall, that they're undergoing the same material forces. I set up the conditions for the piece, and that these forms emerge in the same way that certain features on the body emerge through the interaction of what we eat and where we live and how much we exercise and things like that. You have a certain amount of control, but not complete.